Hello everyone, welcome to one more session with me. Children, as we all know that test 3 is round the corner. So I thought of making a revision video for my children. So let's begin everyone, okay? As you can see, there are some revision points that I wish to share with you in order to summarize what all things are important in this chapter. Okay, so let's discuss. So the first point says the sun is the main source of heat and light on the earth. We know that sun give us light. Okay, children, as night falls we use different objects to give us light, right? So sun is the main source of heat and light on the earth, and light helps us to see. Okay, now moving to the next point. An object that give out light is called a luminous object. Okay. So children, when we are talking about a luminous object, see, the object which give lights of their own, okay, they are called a luminous objects. Fine. Examples are sun, candle, torch, diya, etc. Okay. So what are the luminous objects? An object that give out light is called a luminous object. Okay. So examples are sun, candle, torch, etc. Fine. Now the third one, what are non-luminous objects? Okay. So the non-luminous objects are those objects that does not give out light, is called non-luminous objects. Fine. So non-luminous objects that does not give out light of their own, they are known as non-luminous objects. Okay. Examples of the non-luminous objects are table, chair, kite, etc. Okay. So children, if we'll ask to differentiate between luminous objects and non-luminous objects, so how you are going to differentiate? uh, First you will say luminous object. The objects that give light of their own are called luminous objects. Okay. Examples are sun, candle, bulb, etc. And when non-luminous objects, the objects that do not give light of their own, they are called non-luminous objects. Examples are table, chair, kite, etc. Okay. So children, see, when we're talking about non-luminous object, see, when suppose the examples a table, chair, you can say sofa, furniture, whatever in your house. These are the non-luminous objects. Okay. What will happen if there is no electricity? Are you able to see? I'm talking about a night time. If there is no electricity in your house, are you able to see those objects? No. As the electricity will come and you are going to switch on the tube lights, what will happen when the light falls on these objects? What will happen? These objects are visible. Fine. Now moving to the fifth one, what is a shadow? Okay, so children, when we are talking about a shadow, okay, so have you ever noticed a dark patch on the ground when you stand outside in the sun or under street light? What you will see, the dark patch is formed. Okay, that is the shadow. So children, shadows are formed when an object blocks the path of light, okay, from luminous objects like the sun, bulb or candle, okay. And children, sometimes you can see these shadows are smaller and sometimes they are bigger than their actual size, okay. So a shadow will be a long in the morning and evening, okay. Why the shadows are long in why the shadows are formed long in morning and evening? Because at that time the rays of the sun is slanting, okay. That's why the shadow which will be formed in the morning and evening, that will be a long, okay. And the short shadow will be formed at noon time, okay. Why? Because at that time children, the sun shine overhead, okay. So that's why the shadow which will be formed at that time, that will be a short one, okay. So what is a shadow? If I'll ask you what is a shadow, so how you are going to define? The dark patch formed when an object blocks the path of light is called a shadow. Okay, and a shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the light. Fine, and the long shadow is formed in the morning, and the short shadow is formed at noontime. Okay, now moving to the sound. Okay, so children, when we are talking about the sound, see, when we talk, we are making a sound. So who help us to make a sound? A tongue helps us to make a sound, and we hear a sounds of all kinds with the help of our ears. Okay, fine. So, for example, if you strike a steel tumbler with a spoon, what will happen? It makes a sound. Okay, and we hear a various kinds of sounds, such as the ring of a bell or telephone, the cry of a baby, and the bark of a dog. Okay, now some sounds are, see, there are different types of sounds. Okay, so what are the different types of sounds? Are some sounds are soft sound, some are loud sound, some are pleasant sound, and some are unpleasant sound. Okay, so when we are talking about the soft sound, okay, example of the soft sound is whispering. Okay, loud sound, example of the loud sound of the ring of the school bell or loudspeaker. These are the examples of the loud sound. Okay, so when we are talking about the pleasant sound, so what are the examples of the pleasant sound? Music, chirping of a bird. Okay, these are the examples of the pleasant sound. Okay, unpleasant sound, the sound, children, which we don't like to hear. Okay, which the sound which irritate us, that is a unpleasant sound. So examples of unpleasant sounds are continuous honking of vehicles, bursting of the crackers. Fine. So what is a noise? So loud and unpleasant sound is called noise. Okay. So unpleasant examples of the unpleasant sounds are crying of a baby, barking of a dog. Okay. These are the examples of the unpleasant sound. Okay. The sound which you don't like to hear it. And the pleasant sound, examples of the pleasant sounds are chirping of a bird. Okay. Sound of a wind chime. These are the examples of the pleasant sound. Okay. Now, children, I want to ask you one more thing. Okay, can you tell me what can we do to avoid making noise? See, we should not make noise in the class. Okay, and we should always play a television, music system, etc. at a low volume. Why? So that we do not disturb others. Fine. Now, moving to the 14th one. What is a force? A push or pull is called force. Suppose if I am pushing my table, I am applying force on it, and if I am pulling the table towards myself, then also I am applying a force. So what is a force? A push or pull is called a force. Okay. So and force help us to do many things. It can move an object. Example, a car. Force can change the shape of an object. Okay, for example, making chapati from dough. Okay, force can stop a moving things. For example, goalkeeper stops a football. Okay, so what is a force? A push or pull is called force. Okay, now children, when we're talking about the friction, what is a friction? Something, the force that slows down the movement of an object is called friction. Example, we walk due to friction. Okay, a moving ball stops after sometimes due to friction. So what is a friction? The force that slows down the movement. Okay, this is called a friction. So when you push or pull an object move, okay, the force of the push or pull should be greater, children, than the force of friction. Okay, now, so when the friction, children, when the friction is very less, things will slide. Okay, when it is move, things don't move. If there will be no friction, we should not be able to walk. Okay, what will happen? We would keep slipping off. Okay, so children, a wet floor is slippery. Why it's slippery? Because there is a very little friction. Okay, thank you.